I don't wanna risk it all again, but I don't wanna be on my own. It always goes much better in my head, but I don't wanna risk it all again, but I don't wanna risk it all again, but I don't want wanna risk it all again. I don't wanna risk it all again, but I don't wanna be on my own. It always goes much better in my head, but the feelings end up wasted. So I'm sorry for breaking down when you said you got me. I'm used to being let down, but I'm hoping if I'm falling too fast, then you'll catch me. You'll me. You'll catch me. So I'm then you might have to see him. Then you might have to see him. Not flawless. I promise that I'm facing my
Won't you take me home? Give me wings to fly. We can run away. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me
My name is Jonah Hu. Today is December 26, 2023, and I will be singing one word from Smash Mouth's All-Star every day until the song is over. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest in a chick. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years are coming, they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit around running. Didn't make sense to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets so much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey, now you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey, now you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. It's a cool place, and say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older. But meteor man begs to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might well swim. My world's on fire, how about yours? That's the way I like it, and never get bored. Hey, now you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey, now you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Hey, now you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey, now you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey, now you're a rock star, get a show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold, only shooting stars. Somebody once asked, could I spare some change for gas? I got to get myself away from this place. I said, yup. What concept? I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little change. coach. Well, the gears start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and hit round running. Didn't make sense. Not live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey, now you're an all-star. You're on, go play. Hey, now you're a rock star. Get a show on. Dead. Hey, and all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break mold. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Thank you.
I added the most underrated team of all time to FC 25. To start off, we have Keylor Navas. This guy really is the definition of underrated. In defense, we have Thiago Silva. Name me another player who is a legend at 4 separate clubs. We also have Sammer. This guy won the Ballon d'Or as a center back and no one talks about it. In the midfield, we have a player who got the winning assist in the World Cup final and got 30 goal contributions in 26 starts from midfield at 22 years old. We also have Muller. How can we not include this guy? On the right, we have Di Maria. Thankfully, history will be kind to this man. On the left, we have Hazard. He is the only player who will ever come remotely close to Messi for dribbling. Up front, we have Laudrup. To understand how good this guy was, he was at Barca and beat Madrid 5-0. The next year, he joined Madrid, and he then beat Barca 5-0 too. And of course, we have Wayne Rooney, truly the most underrated player of all time. And we won the UCL, however, no one even reached 10 goals, so like the video otherwise, Benzi will jump off a bridge. I added the most underrated team.
My name is Jonah, who today is
Hot coffee!
Okay, this is our biggest show yet.
The most songs.
The most moves.
Which means the most carb loading.
For the fans.
Yeah, I need like 10,000 calories to get through the course.
1000%. Gazillion%.
Man, it's not even a real number.
It is for our fans.
Keep your shirt on, Bobby. We'll be there in 3.
I didn't even get to finish my ramyun. Oh, you got the patterns. Now you gotta die.
Not our fans.
When you mess with our fans,
We need to make it hurt. Bleeding isn't in my blood. Yes, but the dollar so beating you is what I do, yeah.
that was done.
Yeah, this plane is trashed.
Did we just see gold?
Yeah, I can't believe we're doing it.
Okay, You know what this means. It's time to release the song.
Yes, it's finally time.
That was weird.
Good thing we're taking a break.
Yeah, sounds like I need to.
Bank. At some level, I respect the hustle, you know? And I gotta get off my high horse and realize that I often take sponsors on this channel, mainly to pay for editors and save for college, but the point still stands, I'm no saint either. We're getting a bit distracted though. Let's get back on track and talk about this next cheater. In 2022, an unknown player named NickXD splashed onto the GD scene with new world records on the old impossible level, Death Corridor. The map had gone unbeaten for years because of its sheer difficulty. It's miles ahead of anything on the demon list, but Nick was making light work of it with new progress videos released every few days. Not even a Zoinker W pop-off could do this, and they live and breathe this game. But of course, knowing the title of this video, you know something was up with his runs. And you don't gotta be an Einstein to see how. If you slow down his footage, you can see how his mouse clicks don't align perfectly with the gameplay. It was obvious he was using the Space UK method that the one Brainrock guy was using too, where you use a macro bot to record footage and then just fake click over the gameplay.
Okay, this was really easy.
Yeah, I think I know why it was really easy. Of course, players called him out for his blatant cheating, but he'd just drowned them out with more hacked world records. His channel was growing and he was earning good money because most people just didn't know any better. At one point, he came to his own defense with a video titled "I'm Not a Hacker," where he played some Death Corridor with a hand cam to help prove he was legit. Except he was literally playing in a cave or something. You couldn't see anything. His excuse was that he was playing at midnight, which is fair, I guess. If only there was a simple fix for this. To silence doubters, he posted another hand cam clip, one you could actually see this time. But it was only a short 5-second video of one of the easier parts of the level. How could this possibly prove his legitimacy for his world records? This is like claiming you beat Tidal Wave with your proof being a video of you getting 3% with a hand cam. Plus, if he could hand cam this, why couldn't he have just done it on all of his other footage, unless there was something to hide? The funny thing is, the only other time he ever did a hand cam after this was when he showed himself doing a triple spike with a gun. In this one video, he challenged everyone $10 to prove that this recording of him playing this other level was cheated. If he did this with the rest of his videos, I'd be a millionaire. The video looked legit enough. You could see his mouse clearly and the clicks matched the gameplay. But someone on Twitter pointed out how in this failed attempt at the beginning, the cube went deeper into the spike than normal, meaning he used the hack called no-clip accuracy, which basically tracks how accurate you are, and if your percent drops enough, you'll drop dead too. This allowed him to sink deeper into the spike than normal before his accuracy hit the limits, and basically gave him extra lives throughout the actual run, which helped him set a new best like it was nothing. It's clear that he never expected anyone to catch this because to this day he still hasn't paid the guy the $10 he deserved. What's truly baffling about Nick is that these days he's actually a legit player and has some really respectable achievements. But the reason I'm talking about him is that he still has his cheated world records up on his channel to this day, and they're some of his most popular videos, bringing in more and more fans who just don't know about the exposals. You know, there are billions of cheaters I could talk about who've already been caught and have taken down their videos in shame. I mean, look at this idiot who pretended to play Firework with a spacebar. He did the same Space UK method of clicking over botted gameplay, but it was incredibly sloppy. He didn't even bother learning the right click pattern, so he was just clicking along with the music blindly, which made for embarrassing moments where he clicks where he isn't supposed to and doesn't click where he has to. But at least this guy took down the recording, something Nick is dragging his feet on. At times when he's really pressed into a corner, he actually does admit to cheating in private, but continues to keep up this GD god persona in public. While NickXD got away, these next few cheaters were a couple of old legends whose scandals ruined their careers forever. I want to introduce you to the world of old Geometry Dash, where you could literally post a fake screenshot of you beating some cartoonishly impossible level and people would actually believe you. That's what Sari did when he claimed to have beaten the the level Silent Club back in 2014 after only a day of practice. In hindsight, that's hilariously unbelievable because just look at this spam. There's just no way he did this on a crappy iPhone 3 or something. To this day, not a single person has beaten this level on mobile, and it's been an entire decade. Cheaters who wanted to look more legit would fake gameplay with primitive and hilarious methods, like in this level recording by the player Neptune. He tried to stitch 2 runs together with a cut right here. How do I know this? Well, Neptune didn't seem to understand that saw blade obstacles like these can change the direction they're rotating between attempts. And guess what happened right here? He found out this fact the hard way when he was exposed in front of the entire community. The player Blaster Games was even sloppier with the cuts in his video, just trying to hide them with random memes. I don't know how anyone believed this for a second, and for those who did, type in the code Gullible in the Wraith Vault. I swear it's a real code and you'll get some pretty awesome loot. Zoro Z's Cataclysm recording was even worse because it's so obvious he used speed hack to slow down the game, then sped the footage back up for the YouTube video. Look at these orbs, they always pulse to the beat of the music. So tell me why they're frozen here when they were pulsing like normal just a few seconds ago. When you use the old version of speed hack, the music would still play at normal speed, so eventually the song would end before the level ends, and that's how you get this embarrassing moment right here. He claimed the orbs broke because of lag from his recording software, but yeah, we're not falling for that. Now let's leave the world of old Geometry Dash and talk about a more recent cheater. I'm sure you've heard of him. You've probably watched some of their YouTube videos, and he's gone undetected for far too long. This cheater is none other than... A few weeks ago, I posted this video on my second channel where I challenged everyone to prove that I cheated this level for the chance to win some money. People guessed all the methods we went over in this video, from the Space UK trick to classic speed hacking. But despite the enormous cash prize of $10, sorry, I don't have Mr. Beast kind of money, nobody got it right because my cheating method is completely undetectable, and that's what's so scary about it. To understand how it works, we need to go back to the first time it was used by the player Quir. He was an old gen demon grinder from way back, when Riot was still active, that one Spanish guy wasn't exposed for allegedly doing you know what, and some of you guys weren't even born yet. Quir was like the Zoink of that era, someone who just kinda appeared out of nowhere and started murdering the hardest levels in the game. But it was revealed that he wasn't a player, but a group of players, a secret clan of top demon grinders who each played under the fake Quir persona, all part of a massive social experiment. And we only know the truth because one of Quir's members leaked it following a fight within the group. But it makes you wonder how far this could have gone if the secret stayed secret. The video I posted is 100% legit, there are no hacks or anything, but it's cheated because it's not my footage. I've played Cataclysm, but I dropped it after rage quitting at 65%. I know, skill issue, especially in a world where 8-year-olds are beating Bloodbath. This gameplay is from my friend Lamar, who's much better at the game than I am. Nobody even thought of this cheating method because how could you possibly tell? I won't name names, but I've heard stories of pros beating a level, then rebeating it and giving the second recording to a no-skill friend so they could submit it to the demon list and get points on the leaderboard. Maybe they throw a towel over their hand or something so as they click it sounds different and they won't get caught submitting 2 nearly identical records. Stay paranoid, guys. After the Space UK expose, I don't trust anyone anymore. The next time you see someone on TikTok claiming they beat Slaughterhouse blindfolded on a Samsung smart fridge with their big toe, ask for a recording or hand cam or anything really. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the past 15 minutes and check out this video that YouTube.
Okay, this is our biggest show yet.
Today, we're going to be testing my ball knowledge of recent transfers to build my FIFA team. We're going to use this video by Total Football Quiz, and every time I guess a player correctly, I can add them into my team. However, if I guess incorrectly, I have to use a bronze. I'm then going to have to use the team, and if I lose, every goal I lose by will be a discard. There is one extra twist. Is there such a thing as being too confident? Because that's me right now. You got it? Surely you've got it. Yeah? And Kunku. Oh my god, I thought I got wrong. I didn't recognize him to start. I was like, no! His highest rated card is his 95 tots. So I'm going to buy him in for 1.3 million coins and slap him up front because we need all the help we can get with the ratings, which I'll explain after this next one. Oh my word. Oh my god. A French player who's gone from Dortmund to Bayern Munich. I'm not going to get this one, am I? I'm not going to get it! Rafa Guerrero! I didn't know he moved. You know what? I should have actually looked at some transfers before this video, shouldn't I? So that means I've got to add the lowest rated Bayern Munich player in the game, Schenk, who is a goalie, who is now my goalie. I'm trying to smile. Yeah, I'm trying. See, the key thing with bronzes is they have to stay in the first team, which isn't good because if I can't get this team to at least a 92 rated by the end of the quiz, I've got to start the final game 1-0 down. I kind of need to know this one. Etihad. Etihad is giving it away. Kareem the Dream Benzema. He just doesn't look right in that kit. I think that's a photoshopped image, to be fair. I said we needed high rated, and that is exactly what we've got. 97 rated. Team of the Year Benzema is only 700,000 coins. And that means we have got a banging strike force that's about 2 million coins in total. These are too easy. I'm not even waiting for the timer. Messi, if you didn't get that straight away, then I don't know what to say to you. Easy. I don't want to be accused of flexing, but I may have packed myself a team of the season Messi right at the start of Liga and team of the season as well. I've had him for a long time. We're going to throw him in, but I don't think he's going to get any... No, he doesn't get any chemistry. He does now. I don't need any more attackers. Oh my God, Fenerbahce to Real Madrid. Is this Gula? I thought we went to Barcelona. Gula? Why did I think he went to Barcelona? Or was it he rejected Barcelona? He's actually not in FIFA 23. So I can add any Real Madrid player I want. And I want Team of the Season Modric, which I've got as a lovely red card. I actually can't believe the team has started off so high rated, but the problem is a couple more bronzes and we're doomed. If we get any more attackers, I can take any player from that club, right? Because otherwise we're just going to have a weird old team of strikers. Who's that gone to Inter Man? Hoffman is the only guy I can think of from Mönchengladbach. Marcus Thuram. Okay, I didn't know that transfer happened. Did you know that transfer happened? The lowest rated Inter player is Dauber. He's had a few banging cards over the years. You know what? I'll actually take that. It's not the best for rating, but it is better than a bronze. Oh, jeez. Chelsea to Man City. Oh, I saw a player. Oh, and I was really surprised. He sent a tweet. Kovacic. Come on! Well, that's killed my excitement. He's only got an 87 rated in 4. We're going to put him on the bench because that's not going to help me get to my 92. But it's better than a bronze. Just give me a good card straight away. I looked at the silhouette then. To Coventry. Oh my God. Leicester to Spurs. Is this... Did James Maddison join? James Maddison. I don't know. I'm not sure on this one. Don't doubt yourself, Chuff. There's only one Spurs player that I'm actually willing to use. And I'll tell you what, he is beautiful. Look at that card. Footy Son. 5-star. Yes, please. Oh, dear. Who's gone from Leicester to Atletico Madrid? Is it Tielemans? I don't know. Soyuncu. I was never getting that right because I just didn't know.
I added a team of players who ended their curses to the same team on FC25. To start off, we have Mendy, who ended the curse of black African keepers not winning anything, but I think Onana has brought the curse back. In defense, we have Van Dijk, who ended the curse of ACL injuries ruining people's career. In midfield, we have 3 players who ended the £100 million transfer curse. On the left, we have Son, who ended his curse of winning no trophies. On the right, we have Messi, who ended his curse in international tournaments. Up front, we have Mbappe, who ended his free kick curse. The streets won't forget that Twitter account that used to talk about it. And of course, we have Harry Kane. He is winning trophies for fun now. And we are facing Atalanta from Timu in the final. And we lost. I better not be seeing Atalanta from Timu in every video from now. The Inter from Timu curse was bad enough. And we have a Nigerian, an Englishman, a zombie, someone that is high, and our favorite Indian all entering the Benzi penitentiary due to their failure to score 15. I added a team of players who ended their curses.
Today, we're going to be testing my ball knowledge of recent transfers to build